I manifested an SP in 2 weeks using the whisper method. This has been about 2 or 3 years ago. I learned about the whisper method on TikTok, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try this because, I had never heard of the law of assumption before this. So I was like, okay, I can get my person back. That's awesome. So I tried it. I would do the whisper method. I have a video explaining how exactly I did it, or you can look up other videos explaining how to do it. But I would do that multiple times a day, probably for about 10 to 20 minutes. I would lay down in bed, get comfortable, and do it over and over and over again. I really enjoy doing it. It kept me in the state. It made me feel good, and it really, really made me feel like it was gonna happen. Like, I was so delusional. You could not tell me that person was not already mine. There were a few times I had doubts and I would get frustrated, but I mean, it only took 2 weeks, so that wasn't even a long time, but still, I was very impatient. So, no, it does work. Pretty much what you do is you want to lay down in a relaxed state. You're going to visualize your person, and you want to get specific with it. How do they normally look? What are they wearing? What kind of shoes do they wear? Do they wear sunglasses, a hat, whatever? You want to visualize them, in a place they're usually at. So, like, maybe at work or at home, in the bed, on the couch, whatever. So you're going to walk up to them like you're a ghost. You're going to whisper in their ear 3 times what you want them to do. I can't remember exactly what mine was, because it's been years ago, but I want to say it was something like, you want to be with me, you will contact me, you're always thinking about me, something like that. So I would whisper that in their ear 3 times. So if you want them to call you, you will call me, you will call me, you will call me. And then you're going to kiss their forehead, and as you're walking away, you're going to imagine them pulling out their phone, pulling up your name, going to text you. If you want them to text you, you're going to visualize them texting out the message, sending it. You're going to visualize getting the message and reading it. And if you want them to call you, visualize them calling you and you answering. And I would just do that over and over and over again. And then 2 weeks later, he texted me and was like, you've been on my mind a lot here lately, and I don't know why. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, I was able to manifest the SP. I still have the screenshot of it. And it worked, and it was amazing, and it was the greatest feeling in the world. That was like my first conscious manifestation. So if you do want to manifest the SP, you could do it by Christmas. You can definitely manifest him or her by Christmas. Do the whisper method. Do it as many times as you need to. I like to do it, like I said, multiple times a day for about 10 to 20 minutes. It would keep me in that state. I was in the state all day long. You could not tell me we weren't together. I was packing my stuff. I was ready to move, and I was moved in with him by the end of the month. You do not have to do the whisper method if you don't want to, though. I feel like affirming had a lot to do with it also, because when you do the whisper method, you are whispering in their ear 3 times what you want them to do. So I was pretty much affirming also, you miss me, you will contact me, you want to be with me, blah, blah, blah. So if you don't want to do that, you can just affirm. But I think the whisper method helped me because I was really into it. I was really focused on it and doing that repeatedly over and over. And there was movement. Even if you don't see it, there is movement. I mean, he told me that, yes, he was constantly thinking about me pretty much from the day I started. He was thinking about me, but he wasn't ready to reach out to me yet. So I was like, okay, that's good to know. Like, there is movement, even if you don't see it. That's why you got to keep persisting and stay consistent with it. So I do highly recommend the whisper method if you want to manifest the SP quickly, because I feel like if I could do it, anybody can do it. But the thing is, I did not waver a lot. There were a few times I did, yes, I had some doubts. But for the most part, my most dominant state and my most dominant thoughts were, this man is mine, we are already in a relationship. I was delusional as heck. You could not tell me any different. So try the whisper method, or you could just affirm, but I highly suggest the whisper method. So if you want to manifest somebody by Christmas, give it a shot. So do the whisper method when you're at home and have the time to do it, and then throughout the day, if you're at work, you could affirm. Just like, SP is madly in love with me. SP cannot stop thinking about me. Me and SP are in a happy, loving relationship. Something that indicates you already have it, that your desire is already here, that it's already yours. That's how I did it anyways. You could probably say SP wants to get back together. That could work, but I like to do it to where it indicates I already have it. I like being in that delulu state of it's already mine. So try to affirm throughout the day if you're not able to do the whisper method, but I would still do the whisper method if you want to manifest the SP quickly. And another thing is, there were times I would worry, what if I'm not doing this right? Because there were times I would have issues visualizing my SP. Like, I would get frustrated and I would start over because I'd be like, I can't visualize him correctly. But your mind knows, your subconscious knows who you're trying to visualize, who you're trying to manifest back. So I had to remind myself of that, be like, no, it's okay if I can't really visualize him properly. Like his clothes and his shoes I could do great, and the surrounding, but it was his face I would have issues with sometimes, and I would just get so frustrated. But no, it does not have to be perfect. Your subconscious mind knows who you are trying to visualize. Your mind knows, you know. So as long as you know, it will work. It does not have to be perfect, I promise.